Hello friends, welcome to Technique. This is Nirmal here, and in this video we're going to do the detailed camera review of the Xiaomi Mi Mix 2. So the Xiaomi Mi Mix 2 is the latest flagship device from Xiaomi in India, and it is priced 35,999, and this will be available online as well as offline. So this device comes with quite a decent specifications for the camera. We have a 12 megapixel rear camera with a dual LED flash and a front facing 5 megapixel camera which is placed at the bottom of the screen. So that's a unique placement because it comes with a bezel-less design. So that's the specialty of the Mi Mix 2. So you can see this is the camera unit, the front facing 5 megapixel camera. Now looking at the camera specification, so this phone comes with the Sony IMX386 sensor with 4-axis optical image stabilization, and it has f-stop 2.0 5-piece lens, dual LED flash, face detection, autofocus, and also a plethora of modes included, and it also has 1080p recording for the front facing camera and 4K recording for the rear camera. So let's go to the camera interface of this device. So this is the typical Xiaomi interface. So if you click options, you get a lot of additional modes including audio, beautify, straighten, then group selfies, panorama, square mode, and all these modes are included. Now if you go to the settings here, you can see some additional options like camera sounds, timestamp for photos, age stamp for photos, and enhance low light photos automatically, notify when flash is needed, save original photos for photos as well as in group selfie mode. So these are some additional options included, and you can set the picture quality as high and 4:3 aspect ratio. So these are the options available. You can change the aspect ratio as well. Selecting the bottom option, you can see a lot of filters included. So there are plethora of filters included, and you get to see HDR mode and the option to enable or disable flash. So there is no auto HDR as of now, and if you go to the video recording, you can see option you can enable slow motion at 720p, and you can also record videos in full HD or 4K resolution. That's supported. So full HD is 30 fps and 4K is also 30 fps. So full HD at 60 fps is not supported. So that's the options available. So now let's go straight into the camera samples taken with this device. So these are the daylight captures taken with the Xiaomi Mi Mix 2, and you could see that while the overall clarity of the photos looks quite decent, the color quality was kind of inconsistent at times. At times we really got great looking images, excellent clarity, but at times the color quality was not really that good, and some of the colors were totally different when we took the images. So that's one really big issue with the Mi Mix 2. The color consistency was not that great, and sometimes it does add an yellowish tint to the photos. That's been the case with most of the Xiaomi smartphones. If you have used one previously, you can see that most of the photos do add some yellow tint to that. So that has not been the case with Xiaomi's Mi A1. That was the one of device which did not have that effect, probably because of the stock Android experience. So we are not really sure on that. So coming back to the Mi Mix 2, overall clarity of the photos looks quite good. The daylight captures did have some good detailing, and overall clarity was kind of satisfactory except for the color quality, which was not really that great, and kind of inconsistent in terms of the color reproduction. The close-up images also did a decent job altogether, and at times we really got a great looking bokeh images without having a secondary camera. It did a good job adding bokeh effect to the images even without a secondary camera. So that's something good, but then again the colors were not really that great even in the close-up images we took with the Mi Mix 2. Now looking at the low light captures taken with the Mi Mix 2, again you could see that it did come out quite well altogether in terms of the low light performance. The colors were quite acceptable and the detailing was also good, but the noise levels were not really acceptable for a flagship like experience. It could have been a tad better in terms of low light performance. And you could see some of the low light captures which we have taken with this device under different light conditions. So overall the Mi Mix 2 was kind of pretty much slightly above average performance. That's what we would say regarding the camera. It was not a stellar performance for a flagship device like the OnePlus 5 or the Honor 8 Pro. So when you consider that aspect, the Mi Mix 2 was slightly behind in terms of the camera performance when compared to the mid-range flagship devices. So phone has a 4-axis optical image stabilization, and it can record videos in 1080p at 30 fps and 4K recording also at 30 fps. and this is the video recording which we took. It did come out quite well, but the optically image stabilization was not as good as some of the flagship devices which we have seen. You could see some shaking happening when we were working, so it's not the best experience we have seen on a flagship device. And the video recording was kind of average performance in terms of the overall clarity. Now the phone also has a 5 megapixel selfie camera, so this camera can take some decent selfies. And one of the important things to note that when you take selfies, you have to rotate the device, because the front facing camera is located below the screen, so you need to rotate the device. And it did a quite decent job altogether. It may not be the best front facing camera performance on a flagship device, but for casual selfie lovers, this should do the job pretty well. So that's the selfie camera, and it can also take videos in 1080p resolution. So this video has been shot using the front facing camera on the Mi Mix 2. It is a 5 megapixel shooter capable of recording videos in 1080p. That's the maximum resolution supported. And you could actually see we are taking the video outdoor, and you could actually see how good the clarity of the video is. And one thing to note that you need to tilt the device, or rather rotate the device, if you want to take selfies, because the front facing camera is located at the bottom panel. The phone also supports recording slow motion videos, so you can also record videos in slow motion at 720p resolution. So summing up, how good is the Mi Mix 2 camera? So the Mi Mix 2 camera is quite a decent shooter. It won't disappoint most of the users, but for a flagship device, that's where the Mi Mix 2 is not really that great. When you consider a phone price 36k, you would expect the camera performance also to be top notch, and this is one area where the Mi Mix 2 disappoints, because the OnePlus 5 and the Honor 8 Pro, two other flagship devices in this price segment, outperform the Mi Mix 2 in terms of the camera experience. So the camera performance is not disappointing altogether, but it should have been slightly better, considering that this is a flagship device. So that's all guys with the detailed camera review of the Mi Mix 2. Hope you enjoyed watching this video. Do hit that like button and also hit that subscribe button for more videos. Thanks for watching. Hope to see you in our next video. Have a great day.